So welcome to part B of this video, and in the previous series we were just introducing some of the important aspects when it comes to ethics, and we mentioned that there are independent variables, moderating variables that come into ethical decision making, and we spoke about the environment and what role it plays. Let me just bring this to the screen, and the roles that it plays when it comes to ethical decision making. We spoke about the law. What are the roles that the law and the legal framework and the enforcement framework has to do with decision making? Also, we spoke about the society. So in this video I just want us to capture some few ideals when it comes to the beliefs, and there's something that I have said in the class, and I didn't mention, and I said that nobody ever lived life. We all live our beliefs about life, and the belief is basically a summary or a representation of what we think something to be. That is what a belief is. Therefore, whenever you're interacting with the idea of a person called Dr. Chege, you're not interacting with them directly. You're interacting with your beliefs about them, and that is why it is very, very possible to have two dichotomous beliefs about the same person, Dr. Chege. Now, once you hold on to that belief long enough, and it guides your behavior and it guides your decisions, it becomes part of what we call your value system. And your value system is basically a summary of what is important to you. And this can be through your experiences. This can be through your observations. And this can be through the environment being your peers, your immediate socio-economic circle, or even the social media as a source of information. So we are always and constantly gathering information to come up with what is important to us. Now, once we determine what is important to us, it is important to note, and I'm repeating myself there, that this value system acts as a basis for the decisions. It is the model by which we make the decisions on this other end over here. So how your value systems are structured is so important. Now, the other thing about a value system, I'll repeat this all together. The other thing that is so important about value system is to note there are what you call towards value system and away from value system. That is the second thing that I want you to remember about value systems. Now, this is the source of value systems, and this one are the types. Now, the third thing about value systems is that they are hierarchical, and this hierarchy of value systems acts as the guide when we're making decisions. Again, I'll give examples for that. So let's first of all start with a belief. When you're talking about beliefs can be considered to be in this sort of a framework. You have at the top, you have what you call environmental beliefs. You have this section, what we call behavioral beliefs. These are behavioral beliefs. Then next we have what you call capability beliefs. Then you have what you call value beliefs. Then you have what we call identity beliefs. Then you have spiritual beliefs on this end. So the most superficial type of beliefs are the ones that are at the top here, because these have to do with the environment. For example, I'd be happier if I had a new car. I'd be happy if I had a better paying job. I'd be happier if. All these things are the reasons we attribute whatever we are experiencing at the moment. Therefore, they are environmental beliefs, and the reason why I'm saying they are very superficial is that any change on the external environment does not lead to a commensurate change on the inner experience of the person. It basically becomes a shifting goalpost. Now we want something new. We want a bigger car. We want a better paying job. We want this. We want that. Those are environmental beliefs. Behavioral beliefs have to do with how a person behaves. When they say I am doing this, I am doing that, and so forth and so forth, it has basically to do with what a person does. For example, I lost money sport betting yesterday. That's an example of a behavioral belief. Now we have what you call a capability belief, and this has to do with the skills and abilities of the person. Skills and abilities of the person. What can I do? What can I not do? I can't lie because it's risky. I can only tell the truth because it is less risky. That is an example of a capability belief. I can't steal because it is wrong. That is an example of a capability belief system. Now you have a value belief, and in this one, it has to do with what is important to me. And inner conflict begins at this level of beliefs, because there is one belief that says I'm going this way and another one goes this way. For example, people tend to believe that I love telling the truth. That's an example. I love telling the truth. In other words, I am not a liar. I love telling the truth. That is important to me. It is important to me that you do not lie to me. But yet at the same time, it is very, very possible for a person that says it is important not to be lied to, they themselves become the very source of the lies that they do not stand for. That is what you call a value conflict, where you have a value that is in conflict with a behavior. Those are value beliefs. Identity beliefs are beliefs that have to do with what you believe you are. I am an introvert. I am an extrovert. I am this. I am that. I am beliefs. Those are the ones that are identity. Spiritual belief has to do with what we call your philosophy of life. For example, when we say that all things are random, that is an example of our spiritual belief. You do not believe that there is any predictability in any event. I am a Christian. That is a spiritual belief. I believe in karma. That is an example of a spiritual beliefs. And all these beliefs, once they are held over a period of time, develop into what you call a concrete value system. Now, we said that there are beliefs, that there are value systems that are towards and away from. For example, I want to make more money. This is an example of towards. I do not want to lose money. This is an example of away from. So people are always oscillating between these two. I want to be more happy. I do not want to be sad. I want to be this. I don't want to be this. All value systems oscillate between these two spectrums, where it is towards something, and also in some cases there are value systems that are created where you want something that is going away from something. This is what you call hedonism at play here. You want to maximize pleasure. You want to maximize pleasure and minimize the pain. So the maximizing pleasure is where you have a value system that is towards a certain thing, towards happiness, towards wealth, towards all those things. On the other hand, when it comes to minimizing pain, it is a value system which you've created because you do not want to be in pain. For example, I don't want to go to prison. I don't want to lose a loved one. I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want this. I don't want that. Now, the whole situation becomes complicated when we add the third thing that we said. We mentioned earlier, the most value systems are hierarchical in nature. So whenever you're torn between what you call a moral dilemma, the hierarchy of those value systems starts to sift out what is important. For example, I need to make money. I need to make money. That's a value system. I need to tell the truth. That's a value system. I don't want to go to prison. That's another value system. And I want to maintain my integrity. That's another value system. But what happens when you're presented with an opportunity and you have other external pressures that are mounting on you, forcing you to make a morally unethical decision? For example, you're a public procurement servant, you have an opportunity to be corrupt. First thing, you want the money. Now, but on the other hand, you want to be truthful and maintain your integrity at the same time. How the person will arrive at what to do will determine what is important in terms of the value system from top to bottom. Is the thing at the top money? If money overrides all other value systems, the person will choose money. If telling the truth overrides all other value systems or value beliefs, the person will tell the truth and shun the opportunity to be corrupt. If being a person of integrity is so important to the person, again, they will pick this and discard this. This is how we basically make decisions. It is never a white or black kind of a situation. It is always a gray area. And how we arrive at the decision will always be on the value systems that you have, whether they are towards or away from something, and the hierarchy that has been established by those value systems at any given point. So importantly, it is important to know what belief systems do I have given all the various levels that are here. Which value system or which belief systems have I held on to for a very long time that have become a part of my value system? And in that value system, what is the hierarchy in terms of what is important to me from beginning to the end? Now, this will determine how you make your decisions when presented with an ethical dilemma. So it is important to note, and we shall see this further when we'll be looking at the case studies that we have. Now, there are certain situations where a person is given an opportunity to cheat, as we see. But the most important thing is to understand, as much as possible, if there is a culture of impunity within a certain ecosystem, even this culture of impunity can be overridden if we get this equation right, this sequence. You begin here, you go over time, create here, then you go to your hierarchies to make the decision so that you can determine how to choose. So this is it, a simple explanation when it comes to values and beliefs. We shall be talking about this further when we do meet for class. Thank you.